Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Michael Link. I'm a cardiologist, and I'm having you here with my family tonight, and we're going to be doing some home cooking heart healthy. Now, we eat heart healthy for several reasons. First of all, I'm a cardiologist, and what patient wants a fat cardiologist? So I like to set a good example for my patients because most of them really could use the benefits of a heart healthy diet to improve their own health. So I try to set a good example for them. Second is because it has benefited me very much in improving my health, and also it has improved the health of my family. Not only in terms of having good, healthy, strong kids, but also that we have a number of autoimmune diseases, and by cutting inflammatory foods out of the diet have really improved our overall health greatly. This is my daughter Naomi. She's 10 years old, and she's going to tell you about her salad.
This is my salad. It has dried cranberries, raspberries, arugula, baby spinach, and onions.
And these are very important ingredients because, as you can see, you have multiple colors here. You have all the colors of the rainbow. So if you're getting many natural colors, and of course not the artificial food dyes, which are supposedly safe, but best to be avoided. So you have red onion, you have the raspberries, the beautiful reds, and the greens. So a lot of antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals in there. And then she really likes this poppy seed dressing. Just to top it off. And of course, dressings are okay, but they really need to be used in moderation, and when you order a salad out, should be on the side because of the amount of oil that can be in there, can add the calories up fast. But just a beautiful drizzle there like Naomi did, and you got yourself a heart-healthy salad. For our second course, we're going to make a quinoa stuffed pepper. And for this course, I'd like to introduce my wife, Joanne, and my son, David. And David is 7 years old. And we really like to get our kids involved in cooking, and it really is a family affair. They love cooking ever since they watch kids' cooking shows on TV, and it's really opened their minds up to that there's more than just fast food and chicken nuggets. And as they have developed a more broad palate themselves, they've been more wanting to cook and been more willing to eat things that you might not think your kids would eat, such as peppers and arugula. So Joanne and David are going to demonstrate how we make this very simple quinoa stuffed pepper that is packed with heart-healthy nutrients.
Excellent. Well, thank you. We are excited to show this off to you. It may seem very complex that we're cutting open a pepper and stuffing it with a whole bunch of ingredients, but this is very simple. It is about 6 ingredients. So you basically take your small paring knife and you just cut it across the top, and you take the little hat off the pepper and rinse that guy out. And what we did a couple for you here ahead of time so that you can see. We chose different colored peppers because we were talking a lot about which one should we choose. There's so many different colors. For the kids' perspective, they love choosing their color, so it kind of gives them an opportunity to be choosy. But do you have?
And from a heart perspective, all bell peppers are heart healthy. The colors impart a slightly different taste, and in general, the darker the color, the more heart healthy it is, as it contains more beta carotene, vitamins, and minerals. So, so we like to have an entire rainbow, so that way it looks pretty, and we get all the heart healthy nutrients as well. And we're going to show you a vegetarian form. They can be stuffed with meat as well. One of the benefits of the quinoa is that, number one, it's very inexpensive. It's easy to store. It contains all the essential amino acids. And it's one of the most heart-healthy superfoods. So they're going to demonstrate how we stuff these.
So the kids love getting involved and pouring things and spreading things all over the kitchen. So David's going to start here with about a cup of quinoa. Right into the bowl. Why don't you pour that in, buddy? Such a pretty sound when that goes in. And then we have a couple spices here. Garlic. Should throw the garlic in
Turmeric.
first. Yeah.
Parsley and onions.
Sure,
Excellent.
so throw them in any order you'd like.
So I'm sure many of my patients will be watching this, and many of you may take garlic and turmeric supplements because of their anti-inflammatory properties. And I've never quite understood taking it in a capsule form. So if you do so, that's fine. You'll still get all the benefits. But why not cook with it? They're delicious spices. They impart an earthiness to it and an international quality as well. As Naomi's going to add a pinch of salt and pepper to it, and you can add that to taste. And turmeric and garlic both have a very earthy element, and they add that that almost you can think of it as the base tones into your cooking. And then just some good old salt and pepper. And don't be afraid of using salt. Obviously, as part of to avoid high blood pressure and for patients with heart failure, keeping your sodium intake under 2,000 milligrams a day is paramount. But one of the benefits of cooking fresh is that there's no preservatives, including sodium benzoate, which is a major source of sodium, and also the tremendous amount of sodium chloride that's used, which is sodium chloride is table salt, which is used for processing foods that you buy in the store. When you make your own, you don't have any of that. These are all fresh, raw ingredients, and you find you need to eat a little bit of table salt with that. However, when you salt to taste, you get a delicious product that you really enjoy, and you eat much less, usually less than half the sodium you would get from a prepared product, even adding salt. So nothing wrong with adding salt. That's why you see all the chefs adding salt, even in your restaurants and TV shows. So as long as you keep it under 2,000 milligrams, it's a heart healthy amount. And then once the peppers are all filled, you'll add water to that. And then they bake in the oven, and that's really it. It's very simple.
And I always do put some extra water in the bottom. It a lot of the nutrients, it almost has a nice pepper broth or juice down at the bottom that you can always spoon over. And we'll get a lid on this guy. And you have a choice with stuffed peppers. You can put them in the oven, or you can cook them right up on the stove. It's about 20 minutes on the stove, and then shut the stove off, let it steam for about 15 minutes, and you're all set.
And then this is the finished product. So after about 20 minutes in the oven, or as long as you'd like to the desired tenderness. And there's some delicious quinoa stuffed peppers. I like to finish it with a little bit of sprinkle of salt and pepper there. Excellent. And there you go, quinoa stuffed peppers. So for our main course now, our protein, we're going to serve a heart-healthy dish with a lean whitefish such as cod or haddock, and tomatoes and onions, which we're going to prep for you now. Fish is an excellent source of heart-healthy fats such as omega-3s, and specifically a whitefish is a little bit less rich in the omega-3s, however, it's also less in calories and total fat. We also recommend going for the wild-caught fish if you can, such as we got from a local fishmonger. The farmed fish tends to have less of the heart-healthy omega-3s and more unhealthy fats. So if you're going to do fish, recommend the wild-caught and got from a local fish market. All right, so now my lovely family is going to demonstrate the prep for the topping, or the almost like sauce, if you will, for the fish. Okay, so Dave is going to put some garlic into the bowl. Yep, add some garlic there. Okay, and you can just kind of scoop that out of there. Yeah. We like to get our hands into it. Again, getting your kids into it. It's okay to get your hands in the food as long as you wash it first, and don't cross-contaminate. Okay, so we'll start with some garlic and some coarsely chopped onion. All right, and some halved grape tomatoes. You put the tomatoes in there too, Dave. Some pepper first. The order doesn't really matter. It's just a matter that there's some heart healthy, and again, just like with the peppers, the different colorings of tomato, you have different amounts of carotenes and lycopenes, etc., which are good for heart and prostate health as well. So put a little more pepper in there, buddy. You hit it with, you know what, I want to get into this too. They shouldn't have all the fun. There we go. A little bit of pepper there. That's plenty of pepper. And again, some salt. And again, salt is not 100% heart unhealthy. It just needs to be used in moderation, gives it that great flavor. And again, honestly, if you don't make it at home where you're controlling the salt, and you get it out of a can or you get it from a restaurant, it's going to be like a salt bomb, and you're going to be getting a lot more sodium than you know. So if you make it taste good at home, it's still going to be much healthier than what you get out of a box, a can, or from a restaurant. And then a little drizzle with some extra virgin olive oil. And again, those the heart-healthy fats. Okay, that looks good. That looks great.
All right, who wants to give it a good toss first? Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, Naomi.
All right,
And then
Naomi,
pass
get your
it down to
hands in
David.
there.
The goal is to have everything covered a little bit in the olive oil so that when it comes out of the oven, it has the essence of being fried, but it wasn't really fried. And
As you can see, it's not very much oil. You can get that beautiful fried texture and taste and that richness while not having to use something that's hard, unhealthy, and not having to use in excess. Then Joanne's going to bring the fish over, and then we just you just pour it right on top of the fish.
I'll pour it on top of the fish.
sure, go ahead and just lift it right on top of there.
Let's all do it together, all right? There you go. There you go. Give it a good little scoop there. All right. Okay. All right, so you give that a little shake down here. You see, you almost can't even see the fish under there, but a lot of that topping is going to cook down. And a little bit more salt on top.
When you put this in the oven, it'll be at about 400 degrees for between 10 and 20 minutes, depending on the size of your fish.
Okay, and then after about 20 minutes in the oven at 400 degrees, this is the final product. So I'll actually spoon a piece out here so you can see that beautiful flaky fish. Okay, so see how nice and flaky that fish is. And you can use whichever fish you would like with that, whether it's anything from a whitefish all the way to salmon. All of them have heart-healthy fats and are a good part of an overall low cholesterol, high protein meal. So to recap our 3 courses, so this is the fish dish, this is the quinoa stuffed peppers, and here is Naomi's salad that we started off with. And see, he already likes it, which is a wonderful thing. So eating heart healthy is easier to do than you think. It can be done on a budget, it can be done on a time crunch, and it can involve the whole family. And in general, the more support you have, the more people on your side, the more family, the more likely you are to succeed with a heart healthy diet. Making heart healthy choices is not something you do once and done. And so by having your whole family around, you're more likely to stick with it and then stay healthy for the long term. Okay, and if after having your full heart-healthy dinner, you're still hungry, you have a sweet tooth, dessert isn't even off limits. Foods like dark chocolate, which have a very low amount of sugar, a good part of a heart-healthy diet, and of course fresh fruits to get your sugar in without the refined processed sugar. It says when you eat heart healthy, as much as keeping cholesterol down is usually important to people, by keeping LDL cholesterol, bad cholesterol down, keeping the refined sugars down is just as much and perhaps even more important for keeping insulin resistance down, to keep that belly in check and all the other aspects of a heart-healthy lifestyle. So fresh fruits, dark chocolate, and there are many others. This is just what we chose to have tonight. So once again, thanks for watching and enjoy your heart-healthy meal.